This is it. The moment. The man, the myth, the legend comes to life and shares knowledge that only rattles between his two ears. Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to hear the innermost thoughts of one Michael J. Morris, the superstar known to the masses, and his own podcast, Starstruck.
Thank you, Jim. Again, you could have done a little more, but I'll take what you gave on that one. It could always be more, though, and you know that. But
we'd like to get to the show. We'd like to get to the show. I know the accolades. Maybe I'll just do one that's all accolades.
Just do accolades.
Just post that. Yeah. It would. How big is the internet? Because that's how much space I would need. I'd be filling up servers around the globe.
Can you imagine, though? I mean, the clapper between my ears. I mean, that's empty. I mean, I need to fill it up with some of that Google knowledge that these kids these days think is so important, for information. They don't trust the police officer or the fireman. They only trust Google.
Yep.
Whatever. I'm sick and tired of these kids. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of those kids. Nick Nolte. So anyway, we've got some interesting things cooking in the wonderful world of Netflix. For all you people out there that are Hulu, Netflix, Fubo.
Another one of
that.
Kids,
just more garbage.
They can't watch ABC, CBS, or NBC.
Yeah, I can find that on Tubi.
I'm not waiting till the show comes on at 7. I want to stream it now. I want to binge it.
I'll pick up Peacock. I don't need NBC. I'll just do it on Peacock. Yeah. Guys make me sick, Brady. The archivist is one of those kids.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is, though? Okay, they all cut the cord. Oh, I'm free of these big bills. Well, what you did, you cut the cord, right? Yeah. You cut your bill
every single time you want to see a movie now.
7 different bills.
Yeah.
And so,
I'm going to get away from this $125 cable, and then now I'm going to be like $350 a month. Yeah, because I bought 4 movies, and I bought the little blah, blah, blah on Hulu to see a series of blah, blah garbage dumpster. Anyway.
Right. And then you got to sit and buy this, buy that. You want to watch the Twins. Oh, there's $20 a month.
You turn on.
Before it was right there.
You're like, oh my gosh, there's like a movie. They're throwing just some of the oldies out there, like Blues Brothers or, Indiana Jones. Hey, you go back out with a movie that's 35 years old. It costs you money to see it. What? Are you kidding me? I have to dust off a DVD. I'll do it. Telling me like $17 to own Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. Screw off. You can rent it for $3.99.
Yes.
Oh, but my
unlimited plays.
Oh yeah. Get your credit card ready. You just scan the screen. It's a rent a movie. Shut up. Tired of your screens. Anyway, Netflix has got Kirk Cousins rolling again. He was willing to do another one. A lot of people would say, what are you doing there? What the hell do you think you're doing? Don't you know that everyone's passing on this? Yeah. He's picking up on it because, as Kirk Cousins would do, he's getting paid for it, I'm sure, handsomely. So
more than likely.
That's what he does best. He gets paid handsomely.
Yes.
I don't know what to think of him.
I think he probably thought it was going to be a banner year with the Falcons, win that soft division, that so-called soft division that he moved to, and had the running game, had a great defense, and he's thinking, hey, I'm right back in the money. Yeah, come on, bring the cameras in. Let's show them how it's done down here in the South.
Old Art Blount. Home Depot boy, whatever. He said, roll out, I'll throw you a check, and you just make it out. And so he ends up down there, but there is some word. I mean, you're the one that told me that apparently you've seen some trailers or some snippets of Mr. Cousins talking about how he parted with the Vikings or how he would go back to the Vikings. Which one was it?
Well,
it was his trip away from here.
So the episode dropped. That's the kid's term, too.
Oh, he dropped one. Ooh, drop it like a bomb, just like Beyonce. Ooh. Ooh, we just dropped a new T-shirt on Ape Man. Oh, good.
Usually, in our days, when somebody said they dropped something,
Yeah.
it
was
wasn't
in the
a good
bathroom.
thing.
It was in the bathroom.
Yes. You did not want to go. Hey, dude, you don't want to go in there. Just dropped one. You're like, oh, God, I'm going down the hall. Right at Winter Park, it was like, oh, man.
Do not go in there.
No.
Oh.
But now that's the thing. So the latest episode from Netflix of the series Quarterback dropped on Tuesday. And in it, Kirk Cousins admits he felt a little misled when Atlanta did what they did. And he said, if I had the information around free agency, it would have affected my decision. I had no reason to leave Minnesota. How much we loved the Vikings. We loved being there in that community. And if both teams were going to draft a quarterback high, I would have stayed with the Vikings.
He knew the Vikings were going to?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I think everybody knew that was the progression.
That was coming. Okay.
It was ready to move on.
And why would he not weigh into the simple fact that perhaps at his age that the Falcons wouldn't be doing the same thing and just making sure they've got youth coming up behind him at least for a year or two? Why wouldn't he think that? I mean,
well, they didn't say anything.
They don't have to. That's just the order of business.
Right. But I mean, the Vikings, I mean, you could see the picture. Why would you invest? How dumbfounded was every Mel Kiper of the world?
Yep.
When Atlanta pulled the trigger on that. Everybody's like, what in the heck are you doing? You just spent $100 million on this jamoke for 4 years, and now you go waste your top pick on another quarterback. What is going on? Hello.
No, I know it. I know. I mean, but the guy's got some cash. I mean,
no. I'm not. I'm not burning on the pick.
No, I know.
But what I'm saying is,
he's got the money.
Walking into this for Cousins, you'd think, all right, this is a smooth path to me starting.
Yeah, you would think so. You would think so, and it would take an awful lot. It was hard to believe that he got benched anyway. He was playing poorly. I mean, he got benched. You can say whatever they want to about injuries, but he got sat down. That's all there is to it. And Penix from Washington, University of Washington, got the starting nod, Michael Penix. But I mean, and he deserved it. And Penix played better than Cousins did in an offense that was certainly less familiar to Penix than it would be a veteran quarterback like Cousins. He should have picked right up and gone with that offense.
Right.
I mean,
I probably there is lasting effects of the surgery of the Achilles. And I mean, he already ran like Herman Munster before, right? It was like left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot.
It looked like he had a football glued to the bottom of his shoes.
Right.
Every step.
So
it's amazing to me that Atlanta, with that injury, brought him in anyway. At that kind of money.
Well, right. We can debate that, and
Yeah.
obviously we all agree that it's kind of stupid to spend that kind of money on a quarterback that old coming off
Achilles.
a serious
That
injury.
is no joke. Achilles,
Who was
normally
already
retirement.
unmobile.
Yeah, totally.
He was
I
not
mean,
a
he was
mobile
not exactly
quarterback.
Jack B. Nimble, but he was I get what they were looking for. Since Matty Ice has been gone, they've been looking for it. But you don't. He throws every football. You got to agree, he throws a great football. I mean, any part of the field. I don't care what the people around here have said before in the past about Kirk Cousins. Can't throw the deep ball. Can't throw the intermediate. It's just no, not at all. He throws all of those very well. The only issue with it is that if he's hurried or rushed or under duress, he probably is not going to be that guy. He's not. I mean, Josh Allen can stand in there and throw it. Like the bigger, tougher, meaner-looking quarterbacks, they can hold their ground and take the late hit. Even Mahomes takes a lot of late shots. But anyway, he's not made for that. And he gets himself hit a lot. And I will say he jumps up a lot of the time, too. He's tough. But for them to look at $100 million and Achilles, like you mentioned, and already a guy that was not mobile, is a lot of money. And, I mean, Home Depot has been good to the owner, no question about it, but I don't know if it was worth that much. I think it was a bad business choice.
Oh, yeah, that kind of money, absolutely. But I don't know what the Vikings put on the table, right? You remember going into free agency and the end of that season, that O'Connell, Kwesi all came out and said, "Oh God, we just can't say enough great things about Kirk Cousins. We love him. We want him to be a Viking for $5.50." I don't think they were offering anything close to what Atlanta was putting on the table. And I don't think they wanted him back. But publicly, they talked him up and said, did everything we wanted. Great guy. Boy, we'd love to have him here. But in their minds, they knew the clock was ticking on their lives here. And I don't think you could talk to this more, but I don't think an NFL regime can wait until year 4 or year 5 to say, you know what? This hasn't really worked. We want to blow it up, start with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
I think you have to do it
transition
when they did this.
Yep.
Right? Because you had a couple of years, you had a success, not so successful, success, but we've got to change this up.
I totally agree on that one. You can't wait until it's
because ownership is going to say, all right, no, you had your 4-year window, and now you're telling us, we need more time to rebuild. No, it's not happening.
Time to go. It's today in the NFL now. It is absolutely show me the money today. I don't mean contracts. I mean the Super Bowl. The owners are looking for that team with their little toy known as their NFL franchise. They've all got money. They're willing to spend it if they can buy their way to the Super Bowl, and it's awfully hard to do. I don't care if you got money. You can spend as much as you want, but if it doesn't pull together and look right when you line up in the middle of the field, then it's not going to work. I mean, even right now as we speak, we only talk about the quarterback situation. Not to get away from Kirk Cousins, but let's face it, since Kirk Cousins has been gone, we've had to try and fill that in. So, and JJ, of course, was the answer to that for us. So it's been a big deal around here. It just will be until we finally see what's going on. But when you take a look at the offensive line and all the different signings that we had in the offseason on both offensive and defensive line, there is no given that any one of those offensive linemen isn't going to go down with an injury. Or, I mean, the big kid that we did, Darius. I'm sorry. From the big left tackle that gets hurt all the time. I mean, my God.
Darisaw.
Darisaw is a great player. But who would have thought the guy is bigger than all the great outdoors? He's that big. But he gets hurt all the time. And no one thinks that. So if these guys that they've signed come in and stay healthy, I like our chances more so. And even then, you have to be able to play next to each other. I don't care if you don't have a good feel for the guy next to you yet, or trust me, it was an intricate thing to be able to have 5 guys on the same page, run blocking and pass blocking really well. You don't just get big guys. It's not that easy. You just get big, tough-looking guys, and we got our offensive line. We addressed that issue. No, you're making an attempt to make that work as well. You got O'Neal. We got Darisaw. Those are good pieces of the puzzle. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that's a good way to go. But we've got a long ways to go before we're guaranteed anything that we think we are guaranteed on paper. It's too soon. And the rookie quarterback, of course, is the biggest piece of that puzzle. That's the biggest question mark for all of us. But if O'Connell says he's that good, he must have something. There must be something about that kid, because I really believe that O'Connell knows what's going on with that position and that whole way of bringing them along after college. He would seem like the kind of quarterback, the kind of coach, a head coach that a quarterback would really love to play for. He just seems like he's perfect for the part. So we'll see where it goes, because the Whisperer has endorsed McCarthy, and that's a big deal. When we see some of the quarterbacks that have run through here the past couple of years with all the injury situations, Dobbs and who else? I mean,
Nick Mullins, Jared Hall.
We've had several that have walked through in and out. And Daniel Jones. And Darnold too.
Yeah,
in and out, gone. And he didn't do anything to stop those moves from happening. So, but he will say to all those veteran quarterbacks, Daniel Jones, my guy's J.J. McCarthy. I said so. And that's what made them go, okay, there's not much to look at here. I'm going to be holding the clipboard for sure and making I'd rather go somewhere with a chance to play and a beginning contract of $14 million, whatever it was with Indianapolis. I'll go that way. But anyway, that's been the wave since Kirk Cousins got out of here. That's what it caused here. That's the rift that we've gotten since him departing. So I guess tune into that show.
So would you do you think Cousins made a mistake signing with Atlanta? Do you think if the Vikings were probably going to offer him a 1 year, I don't know, whatever $1 million deal, 20, 25 million, to stay? If you were Kirk, would you have taken that, thinking that you could beat out McCarthy and keep your job here? Or would you go for
I think so. I think I would have.
And the big money, getting another $100 million guaranteed.
I'm with you. I think the injury probably held him up down there. He probably wasn't playing the kind of football he was capable of playing because of the Achilles surgery. No question. I think it would have been a little more lenient, a little more forgiving to play here in this system and bring another kid along with you, at least for a year or so, and know that you're at least going to play, and your stock value probably wouldn't go down unless you got hurt again. But I think that his chances to play and to blend right back in immediately, I think would have been here. When you take that kind of injury on the road and say, I have to make this work. They just paid me big money, and I'm the answer here. I've got to make this work. And now you got so much pressure on yourself to step up and play well on something that you're still gimpy on. It's hard to do. It's really hard to overcome a major injury mentally, not just physically. Mentally, it's hard to overcome someone rushing you from the backside, and you've just had this operation on your Achilles. You just don't want to be there when the big guy gets closer to you. So you get a little spooked out of the pocket.
Yeah, because it was funny though. It started out well for him, Atlanta. He was 6-3. And, the team was doing well. He was playing well. But then
he fell apart.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know why.
4-game losing streak.
Yeah.
And one of those was to the Vikings. The Vikings beat him up pretty good. He was intercepted 8 times and threw 0 TDs in that 4-game losing streak. And that was the hook.
Yeah. That's the stage left. And my only thought process on that one is that they got onto him. The league figured him out with the Atlanta scheme, and they said, well, if you take this away and this away, they're covering up the injury by doing this with him. If we take that away, he's probably not got much to throw to.
And maybe the Vikings had a better way to protect him, to scheme protection for him, to give him calls that they knew
no question
were effective for him.
He sees it
minimize
quick, he gets
his
the ball
exposure.
Yep.
Get it out quickly, and the Atlanta coaching staff just didn't have those resources.
Agreed. I mean, you have to weigh into the situation you're getting into. If that was going to be a good move for him, sure, the money was fantastic. I mean, he's always made good business decisions as far as money in the NFL. I mean, God knows. But to stick around and to be the guy that they wanted in Atlanta, I think you have to weigh into what kind of system am I coming into? What kind of coaching staff do I have for my style of play? And can I get into the right game? It sounded to me like they were off and running pretty well with 6-3 start. But the league got onto it. The league got onto him, and the Atlanta scheme was relatively easy to see through. It read like a comic book, as we were talking before the show. But it's just the way he ended up being exposed after 9 games left the league with we got Atlanta figured out. I think that's what happened. And 8 picks, so they were baiting him to throw the same ball he was throwing before, but we're going to step in front of him now and take it away from him. 8 times.
Or someone else told me this about Cousins. You don't have to worry about anything as long as the arm strength is there. Because as you said earlier in this podcast, you can rewind it and find that moment where you said, he can make any throw. You want it 70 yards down the field on the left shoulder to the sideline, it's there. You need it across the middle at 60 miles an hour, it's there. Yeah. You need to float it to a back over a screen.
Touch ball, little finesse ball.
He can do them all.
Yeah.
But when his arm goes, that's the end of him.
Agreed.
And maybe that started to go.
And I don't know if his arm went, but
yeah, I'd have to go back and watch all those interceptions to see, if the receiver was there, the ball was late,
Yep.
didn't have the speed on it.
Yeah.
I don't recall a lot of those.
He's a pretty
interceptions.
sharp guy to think that they were baiting him into the
that's
same throws. But if that's all he can read and that's all he's capable of doing in that system, and on the injury that was not an injury, but it was the surgically repaired. Let's put it that way. It wasn't injured anymore. He was okayed to play, so he wasn't playing injured. He was playing with something that was surgically repaired, and now it's time to see if he can get back on it again. And there's a big difference in that. But he's not. He was only comfortable throwing the throws he had in the past, and the safeties and whomever weren't biting it. They weren't taking the cheese. They were not taking the cheese. They would set him up. His target was the cheese, and they would step in front of it. And that to me is what happened, is that he got too comfortable in his ways, could not make the change. When the league takes something away from you, you got 3 games to prove that you can counter it. You get 3 weeks of film to study down, distance, and situational football. That's it. And after that, you're on your own. If you can't figure it out, that means they own you, because they're going to keep passing 3 games to the next team, the next opponent, and you don't have an answer for it yet. That's the problem.
And we can bring that right home to the Vikings in their last 2 games of the year.
That's it. That's right. And 2 years, actually 2 years now. And Flores, as brilliant as he is, and the blitz schemes that he has they're incredible. They're incredible, but something is very, very, there's a tell in this thing by the end of the season. It's happened twice now, where that 20 yards and in, the red zone is just unmarked territory. You're not going to come in there in the first 7, 8, 9 games. You're not going to score. At the end of the season, 2, 3 touchdowns in 1 quarter for Cincinnati, I think a couple years ago.
Yep,
and then
on Christmas.
Yeah, no question. So I don't know. It is what it is, and you have to be able to play chess, and that's what the greats like Belichick and Tom Coughlin and some of the other Tony Dungy, Andy Reid. They play the game. They know and understand what the other team wants to do to them, and they've already got a game plan for if that is happening in the game. They can go away from that and scheme out of it quickly. Like the Detroit game, the last game of the season last year, the regular season game.
Right.
They needed to get away from what they thought was going to work in that game. It wasn't working, and they didn't help out Darnold. You got to be able to be sharp enough on your feet to do it real time, not wait for halftime or wait for, by that time they've got 2 more touchdowns on you. So it is what it is.
Just to be clear, Cousins signed a 4-year, $180 million deal. 2 years of it is guaranteed, and $100 million. So they can let him go after this season, and they can let go of $100 million as well.
How many seasons has he made top dollar like that too? That's just like the most current contract. He's made the most money in the last 9 years of anybody.
Since he has come into
since
the
he
league,
came in, yeah.
No one has made more money than Kirk Cousins. Period.
There you go. Maybe he'll buy Home Depot from Mark. He is rich.
Yeah, I don't expect any sales at Home Depot in the near future. If you're looking for home improvement products, do not go there.
He had to take out a home equity loan just to pick Cousins up.
Right.
Oh.
Instead of going to those big box stores anyways, you got a much better place to go than walking around looking for some orange vested person that doesn't really know where they are.
They have no clue. That other place that Jim is talking about, they wear orange vests. Can't even tell you what the name of it is, but we've been talking about it for about an hour. I've got people that wear red and black. Way, way better. Ace is definitely the place. Best color scheme. Way better. Orange and black. Come on, are you serious? Jack-o'-lanterns. I mean, you have 1 day out of the year it works. Okay, so you got to get down to Ace Hardware. And I'll even get more specific. Polici's Ace Hardware, 4 locations, a family that's been in the business for 30-plus years. They're going to be able to help you out. Zumbrota and Farmington, Rosemont, and Eagan are the 4 locations you can go to if you need anything. I mean, we're talking about the summer is well on its way. So if you haven't got the deck done and sandblasted and, refinished, I mean, you got to get down to Ace. They've got discounts on tools. They got $30 discount on 20-volt select DeWalt's. And they've got a $20 discount on the 20-volt select Craftsman. Pick up some paint. Stay in the, they got Clark Kensington. They got Benjamin Moore paint. Get down there and do it the right way. Don't be a numbskull like me and go down and try and do it yourself. You'll ruin it. You'll botch the job. So get on to Ace Hardware, Polici's Ace Hardware, and tell them the superstar Mike Morris sent you. Zumbrota, Farmington, Rosemont, Egan, do it today. If you need something, get down there. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks there. That was easy. And now, I need to know how I can get there. And I don't have any other way than probably to drive down. Because I don't have an airplane or a helicopter, even though a lot of people think I get around like that. You're the superstar. No, I got a truck. I got a Dodge truck. It's a Ram truck. That's the only way to go. It's the only way I've been able to go since I was a kid. Because my dad had a Dodge dealership, for God's sakes. So, Dodge of Burnsville has been home sweet home for me ever since I was in Centerville, Iowa. Okay? That's where I can get my Dodge. Okay, you can talk to Mark or Adam Saba. They are good people. They'll help you bypass all the other garbage out on the street. Because that's what every other dealership is compared to Dodge of Burnsville. You're going to be amazed by this. They're in Burnsville. Okay, Cliff Road and 35W in Burnsville. Step on down there. Great service department. And they have a selection like no other. Huge inventory. Get down there, kick some tires, pick out one you want. They'll finance it and take good care of you. And tell them the superstar Mike Morris sent you. That's all there is to it. Boom. That's all the time we've got. Boom. Now, I'd like to thank Jim Rich. You can't say enough about Jim Rich. This show would be so much
better.
Be so much worse if I did. Kills me to say that because I feel like I can do it on my own, but I can't. But I just think that much of me. No, Jim Rich is what makes it happen. So, I mean, I love it. I've been around Jim for a long time. So thank you to Jim Rich. Thank you to the archivist for having all the equipment up and running and geared up for the Starstruck podcast, Brady Muller. I mean, I'm telling you, the guy's unbelievable when he's not taped up. And for me, the superstar Mike Morris, that's it. We'll talk to you next week on Starstruck. Tune in.